just want to bring Katerina here. She's the playwright. Katerina, come here. Thank you. And the only mistake happened because of me. Everything else was so smooth. So, yeah, just going to keep it very brief. If you have any questions for us, for Katerina, and just shoot. One thing I couldn't say is amazing because I was just a student and there are so many things about education.
I was happy they had that reaction.
I know, they love those school inspectors. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Guys, quiet back there a little bit.
So the point, where like they're breaking the third wall, for example, where like the Mia was like was showing us the scar. Was that like? Did you write that, or is that something that she added?
Say it. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, it was written, but of course, we made a decision. There's no way we can show real scar. The actress doesn't have it. But also we want to make it, because this is somewhere between reading, workshop, it's staged. They all like workshop. Let's call it workshop or experiment. So in order to make this such a strong point for audience, either has to see it or has to hear it. So it is, of course, it's written as a stage direction. But we say, let's do it this way. So we broke the wall and we make sure that you hear 3 times. So the first time maybe you say what's going on. Second time you say, okay, I hear it. Third time they go into the moment. But I think it gives you the understanding that that's what happened to her.
Well, it's also a question of when you hear something like so devastating, how do you react? This is one of the things that I'm trying, to work with my students. Or if people come, to see my place, reading, whatever workshop, doesn't matter. It's how do we know how we react to moments like this? Has anyone? Does anyone bother to tell us? So it's good to have okay, the first time didn't feel right. And how about the second time? Let's try to see how a devastating news is going to pretty much undress us in a way, with the clothes off, but just completely.
Yeah, and that moment, you have to do 3 ways: facing, non-facing, and doing it. So just your imagination is to trigger in because you are not seeing it. But how do you react to something like that? What if she really showed a scar? What if there was an actress with that? You have to start thinking about those moments. I think we are hoping that, at least I'm hoping that you get there in the third part. Yeah, for me, I'm very honest with myself. I say, okay, it's working. It was a discussion with actors. Should we do it twice or should we do it 3 times? But 3 times was the magic. And the third one is we felt that there's no more me talking and giving direction.
Yeah, because when we go to see a play, obviously we see a continuum. But if we have a moment like this, when the audience, maybe in the moment the audience didn't pay attention, and it helps to see that moment again. With the reading, we have the book in front of us and we can read the passage again and again. But what do we do? What are the actors doing to make the audience see? Because obviously there is so much work behind this, so many hours of rehearsal. But to make you aware of
attention, exactly what you're saying. There is so much going on. They are getting, fighting over this, their language, but the moments, just like in life, you want to hold on, okay, I want to just slow down and look at this couple of more times. And I have an ADD, so I'm saying I don't have it. I feel so I need to also remind myself, how can I see this? So just reminding myself for that and for all of us.
But at first I really thought, this is going to be a soft-start show.
Yeah.
And she's going to direct it like that.
Some moments, that was other discussion. There was that moment, there was a couple, I'm giving directions for music, I don't know, you heard it or you didn't do it. It didn't matter, I think, afterwards. So and we decided that me maybe sometimes coming with the music, or if I see even actually I came in earlier with one cue, which was very funny, because I was like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, and I'm the one who made the mistake. But it is, yeah, we decided maybe that moment itself is good enough, and sometimes interfere very few times. Actors did it with each other a little bit, which works because you already kind of. Yeah, one time it was interesting trial for us to see if you do break the wall one time or two times, what does it mean to the play? Do we take you somewhere so strange, or is it good enough? You know, that's experiment, basically that moment. But it worked for me too, so I was happy with that. But if we did it more than that, it might not work. For that moment, it worked. I think.
What's an
Yeah.
important moment?
Oh, the moment with dignity, she gets a tattoo. That is how much of it you got it, or you were paying attention. Did you understand she got a tattoo saying dignity on her chest? Did you get that? See, that's the moment because we just edited.
Yeah.
We just edited that moment very last minute, and I'm saying, this is the moment we gotta stretch. So I knew it, but it was just 5 minutes before you enter, we were working on it. But just exactly what we are saying, such important information, how do you hold on to that? So that's very, very important. So I'm thinking right now, when sharing with you, I think you can say, she gets a tattoo, dignity, and you say, here I am, you can sing it. I think, yeah, not this one, you have to come back to see how the other one goes. So,
But you also experienced a split in the script. So we wanted to
Yeah.
really work with something different. And I know that we have discussed a lot what's going to happen once the pandemic is over and the theaters are going to open, and I don't want to return to the same linear presentation of a play. I mean, it's an interesting way to do plays, but I like this feel of, splitting. Because it's an interesting thing for me as well to see
for me too.
what works, what doesn't work, and tonight we just saw the couple.
Today is a couple, tomorrow is, I'm not saying sister, but sisterhood. So it is like, you met Meg and Mia, and Sam is a stranger coming and changing people's lives. So we are working in that, and much different feeling. You don't get to laugh so much in that one. It's much different kind of feeling has it. But it was a good experiment for all of us, like how do you split it and how the dramaturgy work in that sense. Do you follow the story still? But it's such a beautifully written piece, and visual moments are so strong, and there are dreams, there are jokes, so it gives us lots of materials to play with. So it's not that hard.
I feel like it actually worked really well because I feel like it's like we're almost seeing them in the moment. So it's like us coming back the next day, it's like time went by through
Oh,
their
yeah.
lives. And then now it's like they have the restaurant and everything.
They did it exactly,
Yeah.
and but we don't have Mark in the second one. We got rid of him, and now it's just.
we
But you understand there was a husband, so they mention him in the second half. But it is like that's not part. He's not part of the. You don't see him basically.
Yeah, we don't need one.
Yeah, you got rid of him. Oh, but there's another man.
Yeah, there's another one.
There's another man. We just get rid of him very quickly. So any other questions for me or Catalina for the cast?
They did a great job. I felt it.
But she has a bigger part tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
I was saying, you didn't see me. I was saying, Renee, you didn't see me. Like, do this. Like I was giving you directions.
Yeah, I couldn't see much because of the light. I'm like staring at the light. Yeah, but reacting, staring at the light.
But we are working on her part too because she's not really belong this part. But how do you integrate her? She was a painting, of course, you got that. But afterwards, how do you sustain that? To me, is a question. So I have to. I haven't found it yet. We are searching. So.
Who knows, we may find it tomorrow.
Yes.
No, tomorrow we definitely find out. But tonight maybe I woke up and I said, hey, just memorize this song. so we don't know.
Oh yeah, it's all musical tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
She's
we turn
singing.
to musical.
Yeah.
From the doctor's office straight to musical.
Yeah. But it was a great energy. Thank you. Anyone else questions? Please feel free because this is very good for us.
We don't find
back, come back. If you don't come back, just we'll talk about it later with you. Yes. We know where you live.
Clearly. Where's the
Yes.
document?
And we have the video, of course. Yes, you are saying something?
Okay, I guess I answered you now.
Yes.
So, question. These books, you have them because A, they're off book or they're not off book?
In between.
In between.
Ah, okay, there you go.
Oh, how
So
did
the
it
book-
look
I
like
like
you?
that actually a lot.
Because the references to books,
Yeah,
right? You know
I
what
like
would
it.
be good? I was thinking,
Oh.
oh, these people were doing stuff.
Just wanted to,
Okay.
they want us to stop talking and start drinking.
I know.
That's the,
Oh,
that's
but
our cue.
it is such a good point. Exactly. Our cue to just shut up. But I think what you're saying is very interesting because it's lots of talk of books and these are intellectuals. Yes.
You're doing a talk back, is that right?
Yes, it's about to finish. 5 minutes.
No, it's totally fine, we're just gonna open the house upstairs. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, just
You'll
go.
be, yeah. So it could be the books, I mean the folders could have been books covers, would be. So I was thinking, I said, I wish I put like Dostoevsky or like different covers to the books so it reference to that. But actors got that note very well also. Like sometimes like Merlin, you see Mark putting as if he's reading it. Like there are moments of don't make it like something that make it part of your game, and they did it a few times very well with that. It's a very hard thing to do because you are moving around with it and it looks very tacky.
Yeah.
But if you make it part of it, which is
Yeah,
very,
like I feel like it would have looked tacky if you didn't have the book cover, if you just had to like the flipping of the paper like that. Like you know, let me hear on stage, like honestly, I think that perfectly, like in the binder and stuff, that worked.
okay,
Well,
great.
yeah.
I am very glad to hear that. Maybe the beginning of it, physical stuff, it's hard to get in first, but afterwards you don't even like pay attention. Good to hear that though. Very good. Very good. Thanks. Okay, I think it's our
Yeah.
time to say goodbye.
And thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it's